That's right. Just like the man at the task force said, we don't take, man does not eat opiates. Opiates eat man.
Really?
That's correct.
Yeah. So you live in what county now? Is that?
It's actually I live right on the Baltimore Harford County line in Whitehall.
Mm-hmm. And you've been living in Whitehall
for 23 years.
23 years. And
yes.
Where are you from originally, Melissa?
I grew up in Cockeysville, Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
I spent many summers in upstate New York with my father. My parents divorced when I was very young, so I spent summers and most of my school vacations with my father up in upstate New York.
Can you remember the first drug that you ever used?
I don't remember the first drug I ever used. I would venture to say it was probably pot, and it was at a very young age. It was in middle school.
In middle school. And that you would have been in Cockeysville at that time?
That's correct.
In middle school?
Yes.
Isn't that something? What middle school was that?
Cockeysville Middle School.
Cockeysville Middle School.
Yes.
And middle school, you get in middle school when you're around 12, 13, something like that?
I think so. It was 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. And by the time I left there at the end of 9th grade, I had taken acid, I had smoked pot, I had smoked PCP inadvertently, I will say. I smoked PCP inadvertently. I had taken mushrooms, I had taken Quaaludes, Seconal, all of the drugs that are similar to Xanax.
My goodness. Are you still in middle school?
Mentally. Mentally, not physically.
Lord have mercy. Did you graduate from high school?
I graduated from high school.
My goodness.
I graduated from college, and I actually have a master's degree.
Really?
I managed to, yes.
So were drugs legal in your school at that time? I mean, all those drugs that they were having in middle school.
They weren't, but I'll tell you, the women's bathroom was the major drug trade center.
Isn't it just totally amazing? And this had to be, what, back in the 80s?
It was in... I was in middle school, I guess, in the late 70s.
Late 70s?
Yes.
And so if this was going on, I mean, I thought that Baltimore City was bad, but I mean, if you had all those drugs and all you had, I mean, the school really was the bathroom in middle school was a pharmacy.
It was a pharmacy. Yes, it was a pharmacy with many people who were very keen with marketing skills.
Isn't that something?
Yes.
So maybe those who are listening today, if you're in middle school or you have children in middle school, maybe one day you might want to just take an unannounced visit. Don't go to the principal's office. Just ask to use the bathroom.
That's right.
I mean, I'm
Go
serious
to the
about
bathroom.
That. Right, you might find little Junior and little Susie in the bathroom on the commode, and they ain't taking that, but they might be doing some mushrooms and shooting dope, and I'm serious about that.
I would suggest doing a urine test on your children starting in middle school if there's any chance that you think they may be dabbling in drugs already.
Right, that's right. And you mentioning taking a urine, in our recovery house, I at times we've had a recovery house now for since 2001, so that's 14 years. But of all the years, and I've got all kinds of ways to find out whether or not an individual is using through. By testing them,
right?
But normally, I've always buffaloed them into thinking, that I was going to, because each one of those testers, they cost money.
That's right.
And so, if I think you're using, more than likely you're using, and those parents in the listening audience, find out about marijuana, find out about Quaaludes, find out about mushrooms, find out about heroin, find out about drugs and alcohol. Yourself, so that you can know what the telltale signs are. What do you think about that, Melissa?
That's right. I think one thing that parents need to really look for, particularly now with the opiate and heroin problem, is check your children's pupils. If they are dilated, if they are so dilated that it's hard